John, LBF, Little Blue Ford. So, wiper stopped working the Choptop. Now, I wasn't going to shoot the video because I was just going to do something real quick and move on. Well, yeah, here we are. Anyway, so I just clipped this up here temporarily. But I opened up the access panel there. The other one's been open. The linkage is still on that arm. And actually now that arm's attached again. I did pull the, I reached in there and found that the arm should come off is what it is. Apparently that can be a common problem. So I pulled the motor off. I didn't actually unplug it. All I did was 11mm to get the ground strap off, and then they were 8mm for the 3 bolts there. Well, two studs and a bolt. Pop the motor out. There's a little special clip in there. And I'll show that in turn here, because I took some other video already. So I got the motor, cleaned off the shaft, put some grease on there, stuck that back in. I have the driver's side temporarily hooked up till I can get one of those clips, and actually for as many of these as trucks I go around, I'm going to get an extra clip or two just to have them, because if this one rotted out, I probably got more rotting out. Anyway, so I ended up pulling the passenger assembly out, which you'll see that in just a minute, and I think that about brings us up to date. So I'll add the other video in here, and then I'm going to get the clip Monday or Tuesday or sometime this coming week. Get this put together, show you guys all that. So, yeah, hang on. Alright, down the shop. This is the passenger wiper arm linkage out of the Choptop. And the easiest way for me to... This came undone off the motor. So I just pulled the nut off. These retaining nuts, they're 29mm. I managed to wedge an inch and an eighth socket on it, enough to get it unscrewed. I may file this down to just take an inch and an eighth, because I don't believe I have a 29. Anyway, the problem appears to be this retaining clip. So we're going to get this off of here. Yeah, that was our problem right there. Rusted. It bent. It's had better days. Alright. So I'm going to see if I can come up with another solution here. I might trim the end of this off. I'm going to try a couple things, and I'll get back to you when I got an answer here, so hang on. Alright, so here's where I'm at with this. You can still buy this clip, but it's after 6 o'clock on a Saturday, so I'm not getting that clip today. Near as I can tell, regular auto parts don't sell it, but Ford still does. So I'll get one of these. Now, what I'm going to do for the time being, I made this little spacer piece. It's a little short, but I think it'll be fine. just some scrap tube. It's pretty ugly, but I think it'll work. So I'll slide this on the rod, leave this passenger side off, and I'm going to put a hairpin clip on the shaft. So that holds like a spacer so I can still use the driver's side arm. And Monday we're going to see about getting a new clip. So once I get the new clip, I'll get the passenger arm back in and all will be well. I have a Ranger, the same vintage Ranger cab, and I thought about digging into that and see if I could swipe the clip out of that. But something tells me it's probably not going to be in much better condition than this, if it even is in any sort of condition. So I'll just get a new one. I'll put this on for now, and yeah. So I'm going to go do that real quick, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready to put the arm in. Alright, so I got my new clip. Well, newly used, but it'll be alright. So that's what the clip looks like. I'm going to get it installed on the arm here and get some grease on it. So we're in a light here. Alright. There's actually, you'll be able to see the slots in there, and this goes into this groove here. Probably pretty hard to see. And having trouble doing it on camera and out over the truck, but you'll be able to see where it lines up in there. I'm gonna say it's a little bit of a bugger. Alright, I got it started. So there it is, and you want to get it pushed all the way, like so. And now whenever you reach in and push this on the end of the shaft, it'll clip in. So I'm going to get some grease on this to protect it, hopefully make it last a few years. And we'll get this shoved back in here. Pretty simple. There's locating tabs on this. Just gotta get them lined up. There we are. I did sand down the nut a little bit for socket that I had here. 1.1 inches. Well, that makes me wonder. I might have said the wrong number in a previous video. This is 1.1 inches. It's only plastic, so I'm going to say don't go super tight. I'm sure there's probably a torque spec, but I don't know what it is. Now we should be able to reach back in here. Oh, yeah. Help if I took my spacer and hairpin clip off. My temporary. Alright, so driver's side's all the way on. Passenger side. Maybe you're supposed to oh yeah. Okay, you pull it back. You don't push it all the way in. I see. So where I had it after I got started on there, that's where you want it to sit until you push it on the shaft all the way, and then you push the clip all the way in. Thought I had it. There we go. Alright. So I should be able to put my wiper back on and put this back together and be good to go. So I'll get to that. And yeah. Hang on. I'll show you guys it works. Alright, here we are. Yay! Alright, so that's fixed. Thanks for watching.